write in the chat window, okay? Because there's a lot of echo. If I don't unmute you, I don't mute you, you will hear a lot of echo. All right, so so I was saying, what is business intelligence? So if you look at any business, there are a lot of, good morning, Sivesh. So we are basically just started, and we are talking about why do we need all these business intelligence software, and what are the new softwares. So BI is nothing but an ability for different businesses to collect data, transform it, massage it, and then use that data to analyze and take business decisions. So there are a lot of tools available in the market, and like, why do we need BI? BI, if you look at this line, BI is basically, it gives you historical, current, and predictive views of the business operations. So basically you can predict, looking at your historical data and your current data, you can say, okay, this could be what my future business trend could be. So you look at graphs, you look at raw data, and then you take a decision based on historical and current data about your future. So that's why we need BI, and that's how it helps us. So I don't know if you guys have any BI background, but normally there are two types of BI tools: traditional BI tool, and now the new generation BI tools like Tableau. So traditional BI tools will be like something like interactive reporting, or even business objects, like not the latest version, but the older versions of business object, MicroStrategy. They, like a traditional BI, what you have to do is you have to store data in your data warehouse. Like you have to have very good developers who will create reports for all the users, and the users at the most will be able to run the reports, see the data, and then take business decisions. But it doesn't give them a lot of flexibility in analyzing the data, or it doesn't give them a lot of variety of chart types. So when I will show you a demo of a Tableau, you can see how many charts, a variety of charts and other analytical features are available to you, and how easy they are to use. So if you look at any new generation BI like Tableau, ClickView, and then there are other, like even MicroStrategy is coming up, and OBIE is also catching up. If you look at the latest version of OBIE, they are all migrating towards self-service. So what everyone want to do is let the user create their own reports. Let them play with the data. Let them analyze the data that they want to see, and without having to be dependent on developers to create those reports for themselves. Okay, so that's why if you look at new generation BI, they are just plug and play. So you don't have to do anything. You just click on some buttons, connect to your data, and create your reports. It's very easy to install, easy to maintain, and business users can use them to create their own reports. And if you look, they can access multiple data types without requiring a lot of knowledge, and without requiring a very hard database knowledge or IT, without having a very huge IT background. You could be a manager, you could be a director, and you can easily use these tools, new generation BI tools. So the tool that we are going to talk about is Tableau. So Tableau is not a very old tool. It was started in 2004. It's based out of Seattle, but it is one of the fastest growing BI company in US. Actually, a lot of companies are utilizing it. Apple uses it, Walmart uses it, Home Depot has it. So all big companies are using Tableau to create reports which are faster and easier for the users to create, and they can query big data. Like the quantity of data could be huge, and what you have to do is they are so simple that you can just drag and drop and create your reports. So these are some of the main features of Tableau, which I will demo also. Speed, it is very fast. You don't have to do like from creating a connection to looking at to analyzing data. It doesn't take too much time. self-reliance. Anybody can create it. You don't have to depend on any database admin, or you don't have to depend on a report developer to give you a report. Visual discovery is you can click on charts and visualize your data in different ways. You don't have to like look at raw data or even summarize data. You can just look at charts and slice and dice it. It can query large amount of data. Okay, collaboration is very easy. You can collaborate data from different sources. It could be Hadoop, it could be Oracle, it could be SQL Server, it could be your flat files. It doesn't take too much time to do that. Flexible configuration is it can access multiple data types. You can have Sbase, Hadoop, you can have Excel files, anything. It's very easy to do. So that's why I'm going to demo that in a few minutes. And then if you look at, I don't know if you're familiar with Gartner's chart. As I was saying, Tableau is one of the fastest growing software BI tools in US. You can look at this software and why is it growing so fast, or why are people using it so much? It's just because companies like Gartner and they are promoting it. So if you look at this chart, it is basically showing you all the BI tools available, and if you look at Tableau, it's on the top. So if you look at x-axis, it's a composite product score and ease to use. So basically it is comparing all the softwares in a BI domain. So a BI has what? It has production reporting, it has data visualization, it has mapping capabilities, ease of use. So if you compare all those features, Tableau is the leading software actually in the industry right now. And it is very easy to use. Yeah, I don't know if it's already done, so yeah, I'm on the last slide. So can you see it or no? One second. All right, so if you look at this, I was talking about this. So it has all these tools here. So you can look, Tableau is at the top, Click View or Click Tech is at the second position. And then if you look at traditional BI tool like OBIE, Microsoft, and even IBM Cognos, it's very, lot behind them, because these tools, they offer a lot, but they are very complex and very difficult to learn. But if you look at Tableau, I will demo it in a few seconds. Tableau, it's very easy to learn. It can solve almost all of your problems related to BI, and it gives you a variety. It gives you a vast visual exploration features, which is very important today in BI software. So, and then this is again, it takes you, if you look at this, is completeness of vision and ability to execute. So in this, if you look at this, Tableau is again very highly ranked. If you look at Microsoft and IBM, they have more complete picture of a BI. I mean, complete picture is like you should be able to create production report like picture perfect report, pixel perfect reports. So so if you look at Microsoft, you can maybe create, like, if I don't know if you have worked with IR or you are familiar with any other BI tool, one of the features of interactive reporting is, or Brio is, you can create pixel perfect reports, very nicely formatted. But then when you create those kind of reports, it's very hard to create those reports. You need a dedicated developer for that. And if you ask your business users or power users to create those reports, they won't be able to do it unless they spend a lot of time on it. So that's why, even though these tools offer complete picture, or they are more towards a traditional BI, that's why they are, if you look at ability to execute, it is more complex. Like if I go to the previous slide, if you look at here, like OBI is right here, OBI or Microsoft, so they are very, if you look at the ease of use, they are right at the middle of this picture. But if you look at Tableau, it's very easy to use, and it gives you a lot of features. Like it almost provides you 90% capability of a BI tool. It has some drawbacks like pixel perfect reporting is not there. It is you can do it, but it's not there 100%. But probably in the latest version you will get it. So this is some of the slides that I have, and let's talk. Let's go to the demo, and then we'll look at the demo. So this is the Tableau desktop version that I have. Let me close it. So basically you can download it on your Windows machine, and so this is version 8.2. And so if you look at Tableau, when you open your desktop client, you'll come to this screen. So the first thing in any tool is you have to create connection to your database, right? Your database or your Excel sheet. So basically you have to create a connection to your data. So how do you do it? In Tableau, it's very simple. Just click on this button called Connect to Data, and then it will give you all these options. So like if you see, it has a vast majority of software that you can connect to. Like you can connect to Hadoop. Hadoop is very, very much in trend now, because a lot of companies are trying to analyze huge amount of data. Like if you look at Facebook has huge amount of data, and they're using Hadoop to gather the data, massage it so they can analyze it, and then they use reporting tool like Tableau or ClickView to get, to make business decisions. Then it has Google Analytics. Then it has traditional data warehouse like Oracle. It has MySQL. It can even go to OLAP tools like Essbase. So it has a vast majority of connection softwares that you can connect to. Then you can also connect to flat files like text file or Excel files. And then if you look at this thing called Tableau Data Extract, we'll talk about this in a few minutes. But you can also connect to Tableau Data Extract. So for this demo purpose, I'm going to connect to Microsoft Excel. So I just click on this, and then it will ask me, okay, where is your data source, or where's your Excel file? So I'm going to connect to this, and then I'm click open. So it will ask me, okay, now you see it is asking me what data do I want to connect to one single table, do I want to connect to multiple tables, or I want to use custom SQL. I can write custom SQL also. So basically these tables, because we are connecting to an Excel workbook, these tables are nothing but different sheets, different tabs in the worksheet. So these are the 3 different tabs. If I want, I can just connect to one single, or I can have multiple also. So for this, right now I'm going to connect to one single table. I'll just say okay. And then it gives me an option. Do you want to connect to data live, import all data, or import some data? Okay. So depending on your BI needs or your reporting needs, Connect Live is basically you're connecting to your data live. So if any changes happen to your data, you will see it in the report immediately. Okay. But the problem with this connecting live is now so basically if you're connecting live, it means you're going directly to your database, and then you will have some delay. So this is what Connect Live is. But if you have to report live data, then you have to use this option. If you look at import data, so if you remember, this Tableau Data Extract is basically what it does is it can import all the data from your Excel file or your data source into a file called data extract. So basically it creates an extract and stores it on the Tableau server. Okay, so you can import all the data, and once you import all the data, the good thing is, because all the data is already available to you, so it's very fast. But the drawback of this is it is like a snapshot of your data. So like if you create an extract on today, it will be stale tomorrow. So tomorrow but you can there are some features where you can refresh this every night, or whenever you want to do it. So you can do import data or import some data. If your data source is huge, then obviously you don't have that much RAM, so you cannot import everything. So you can support part of it. But let's use this Connect Live feature right now. Any questions till now? Guys, any question? All right, so I'll continue. If you have any questions, just type it in the chat window right here, because I have muted you all, so I won't be able to hear anything. So just write in the chat window, and then I'll unmute you. Okay, so okay, once I am connected, you can see this is my first screen where I create. If you look at any other BI tool, you will see rows, columns, then you have filters, everything like this, right? But on the left hand side, if you see, the data that I had in the Excel sheet has been divided into dimensions and measures. I hope, I'm pretty sure all of you will be familiar with what dimensions are and what measures are. Dimensions are nothing but categories of your data, like customer, region. These are all dimensions. Basically, they divide your data into different categories. And then measures is your numerical data, like sales or your unit, number of units. These are all measures. So by default, Tableau created all these dimensions and measures for you. Now see, connection was 1 or 3 clicks, and now I'm going to create a report. So if you follow me, you can see how easy it is to create a report. Only if I can find the data. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to take product category, and then I'm going to say take sales. So now you can see it created a report very easily for me. And also on your left hand side, if you see, there's a feature called show me. Show me is also displaying, like you can see all these things, all these chart types are highlighted for you. So I can just select one, and then you can see I just clicked on a chart type and it already created a chart for me. It is basically showing you the sum of sales, and you can see it's divided by the product category. The color is product category. Let me remove it actually. Let's go one by one. So let me remove this also. So I'm going to just double click on sales, and then you can see it. This is showing me my total sales. So if I hover over the blue, it will show me this is like 9 million, about 9 million is my total sales. Okay, now I want to see how is this sales getting generated, like what products I am selling to get to this sales. So I'm going to double click on, I'm going to drag, you can drag or double click product category to column. So now you can see it has divided my sales into different product categories. It's just clicks, okay? It is not, you're not doing any kind of coding, or you're not doing any complex functionality. It is just simple clicks, okay? So now you can see, and if you if you bring your mouse over any histogram, you will see what is the amount of sales or what is the product. It is showing you the information here. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to see what I want to divide this data into region. I want to see by each region. Okay, so I can just drag region here. So now you can see it has divided the data into region. So this is furniture, and then this is the total sales for all the furniture in eastern region. You can see it here, right? It's very easy, very simple. Clicks here and there. I can move this here, and then what happened? So it brings me, I can just double click, it comes here. So I can move, if I move one column to the right and left, it changes the way the data is organized. So now it's showing me central region, and if I just want to see central, I just click on this. So now it's only office supplies. If I want to see central, it clicks on it, and then it highlights only central for me. Okay, and I can also say keep only. So now automatically when I say click only, keep only, it's showing me data. It applied a filter on region which is equal to central, and it's showing me data for only that, right? Now I can say I want to see everything, so I'll just remove it, and I don't even have to click on remove. I can, okay, let me do it again. I'll say keep only. Now it applied a filter, and if I want to go back, I can just click on this and go back to my previous screen. It's very easy. So basically it's kind of undo, and it gives you unlimited undo. You can go back or you can go in front, like I can go back to this screen. So it's just like undo and redo. It's very simple, okay? So now you can see this, and now if I want to see, you can see, so these are very common things. Columns and rows, you're all familiar with it, right? Filters, again, it's very common, very basic thing. But on the left hand side, if you see, there are small boxes called color, size, label, detail, tooltips. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove it from here, or I'm going to drag this to color. So you can see when I drag the product category to color, it automatically took the sales for each region, and now in each region different color is representing different product category. So you can see green is saying technology, and you can see the data also here. Orange is saying office supplies. You can see region is central, data is 6729, 600,000 something. So you can see it's very easy, simple click and if I want to change the color, if I don't like this color, I can click on this and it will say edit colors. I go to edit colors and I can see I can select multiple colors. These are all the things that I want to say, something like this. I want to say this. I can do this. It's very easy, changing colors and everything is pretty simple. So see, it changed the color here, right? It's very simple to change the color. It's just, click on that and it will open the palette and you can select it. Now if you can see another thing called size. Suppose before size I just want to say, okay, this graph is pretty good, it's looking good, but now if you want to show labels on it, like if you want to show what each thing is representing, so you can say, you can pick product category and drag it to label column. So now you can say it now automatically put wherever it finds space, it will put the label there. So you can see green is furniture, this is office supplies, but it doesn't have enough space, so it's showing it here. Technology, and you can see it's very simple. And if I want to say increase detail tool, so basically these are some of the very simple features for Tableau. You can see it's very easy, nothing fancy. And let me show you one more thing. If I want to do this, I'm going to remove this from label because it doesn't look that good. It's looking clunky. So again, if I don't want to remove it like that, I can just go, I can click on this back button, it will undo it. Okay. So now let's do one thing. So now it's doing, instead of seeing it in the column, I want to see it here. So now you can see it divided the graph. It's looking pretty good. I can see what data is for furniture in what region. I can see central, I can see everything here. It is showing me sales, it's showing me furniture and everything, right? So I'm going to save this and I'm going to call it region sales. Okay. So this is one of my worksheet and which I'm going to save. And then if I want to open another worksheet, I'll just click on this window here and it will open a new worksheet. Or if I want to keep this worksheet, I like the look of this worksheet and I want to start the next worksheet using this, I can just say duplicate sheet and it will duplicate it for me. So now you can see this is my region sales and this is a duplicate sheet of the same thing, right? I'm going to remove this. Let's keep this one. Okay, now I'm going to create another chart. Let's see, mapping is another feature that a lot of BI tools are using now. So if I want to create a map, you can see how simple. I'll show it to you how simple it is in Tableau. So basically, for a map, you need a geometrical dimension. Geometrical, it means you have to have region, state, or something like that. Then only you can create a map. So I'm going to select region, then I'm going to control click, and then I'm going to select one measure called sales. When I do that, on the left hand side, if you look at show me, one second. Actually, I'm going to select the city and sales. And if you look here, it already, if I click on that, it shows me the map. So, and it's also showing me the data in the map. Okay, all these points, all these blue dots are basically data. Okay, it's showing the sum of sales. We'll go a little more deeper into this. Let me select this one. Okay, let's go city. Actually, let me take region, and then I'm going to take sales. Then I'm going to click on this one. So now this is another way of showing data. I'm going to remove this. So now you can see it's showing me. I'll just click why. Okay, so this is showing me data, and you can see here's the map of United States. All the states are here: Wyoming, Idaho, Nevada, and all these points are representing cities within the state, right? Now I want to make, this is good, but I want to make it look better. So what I can do is, because it's little harder to read right now, so I can put colors in it. So now when I drag product category to color, you can see all the colors, like orange represents what? Furniture. So you can see if you click on this, orange is technology, and it also showing you the city and the amount of sales. Then if you look at light green, it shows office supplies. If you look at dark green, I think dark green is furnitures. So basically, within simple clicks, few clicks, you were able to display the data that you had in a map. And think about it, how great this will be for a manager. Like suppose I work in California and I'm a sales manager there. I want to see data only for California. And now look at this. I'm going to do this, and it filters data. So basically now it's showing me data only for California. So you can see how easy it is for me to go, to a particular. Now if I do this, it only shows me this. So it applies, it keeps only or exclude everything else. And if I click on the white space, it takes me back to the original map. So it's very easy to do. And let me try to create a better view of this map. I don't know why. So let's select region. Then I'm going to select profit. Where is profit? And then I'm going to select the map. I don't know why it's not picking up region. Let's go back to city. Profit. It's too, because the problem is with profit, it's too much data. So let me see if I can. So now this is a little better. It's easier for you to read, right? Because now it's showing region in each color. Right, so you can see the data for each graph, and we can, let's put this and call this map regional map. Okay, so now I'm going to save this. Now the next thing is, these are good. I can create a filter. Say if I want to see this by order date, I can drag order date, and then I want to see years. Okay, so now you can see it is by simple clicks I can create a filter. And so when I create a filter, so actually it will show you here. So you can see it is created a filter here, and if I click on 2010, it's only showing me 2010. So basically the data is changing depending on this year. You can see it's changing, right? So now this is good, right? This is something acceptable, and now I want to create a map. Now I want to join these together, right? I want to join the sales and the regional map into a dashboard. So I'm going to create, if you see the screen next to new worksheet, it's called dashboard. I'm going to click here. So in a dashboard, you can bring all your worksheets together. So I'm going to just, and you don't have to do anything, just drag and drop. See, it's so simple. And I'm going to create this. So now I have these two here. I have my map on top. I have my sales on the bottom, and you can see when I dragged map into it, it brought the filter also, right? And it brought the legend also. So right now, if I use this filter, it's going to only apply on this. If I click on 2010, like uncheck this and click on 2010, it's going to affect only data for this map. But now say I want to use this filter not only to affect the data for the map, but also to filter data for this chart, right? So what I can do is I can just click on this thing and it says, you can see all these options here, and so if you see this option apply to worksheet, it's right now it's saying only to this worksheet. I can say all, I can click on the selected and I can check this also. So now if I will change data, you can see it's not only affecting the map, but it's also affecting the chart below it, right? It's very simple, nothing, no coding involved. The good thing, the best thing about Tableau is there is no coding, right? So anybody can do it. Now other thing is, now okay, this is fine. The date filter, the year filter is getting applied to both the map and the chart. What if I want to click on the map and apply that as a, use that as a filter for this region? So it's also simple. I can just right click on map and say so one second. So if I go to dashboard and say actions, I can add an action and filter. What do I want to do? I want to use my map as a filter, and I want to apply that map filter to the region cells. Okay. So now I can say okay. Now if I click on any button on the map, it's going to filter this data. Why it's not doing it? So now it's doing it here. So if I click on this, it's filtering this data also, and if I click back here, there's something wrong. One second. Okay, click on this. Now if I click on any button here, it automatically changes the data here. So basically it's, if you click on this small thing here and then say use as filter, you check this option, then it will basically apply to everything. Whatever is below it, it will apply that filter to everywhere. And if you want to change the basically if you want to say, okay, if I have one more chart here, but I only want to apply this to one another, let me create one more chart actually. It will be easier to explain. So let me get rid of this. Okay, so let me say, let me get rid of all these. Okay, so let's create another simple chart here. Let's say by order date. Okay, let's say this is another good thing that you can see. Okay, I'm going to use product category in columns, and then I'm going to use say profit in my rows. So it's showing you product category. Now I want to see this product category, and I want to apply a date filter. I want to see it by date. So I can just, and I want to see, I want to be able to see the data for different dates. Like I want to see how it's, what is the trend, how the data is moving. So if you click, if I drag my order date to the pages, what it does is, if I click this on this, you can see it's slowly changing the data. It's basically what it is doing, it is changing the year filter here, and it is just like a slideshow. So if I click on this, if I click back, it is going to start from 2000, and it is basically showing how the data is changing or what is the trend in your data. So let me see if I can. So you can see this is basically what it is doing. So it is starting from one position and going to different, and I can also change it to month. So it will be more, you know, so it will basically start from each month, and then if I click on play, it will go, it will change. Basically it will show how the data is changing every month. So you can see this is another cool feature of Tableau. You know, you can see the data movement, and it's nothing. You saw me, I created that in probably 1 minute. So it's, again, the whole point in using Tableau is to make it user friendly. So even a power user can do it. who doesn't have time to write a code. So make it easy for him. Okay, so let me see if I can use another chart here. So now this is, I think this will be better for trending. So if I click on this and I bring my order dates to pages, you can see now if I click on this, now it will be, you can see the real data now, how it's moving. And let me also do one thing. Let me focus on one item. So if I click on any line, it's going to focus on just one item, right? So it's right now it's basically showing you technology, and then if I click on this, it is going to show you the moment in technology. So this is very simple. So let me make this trend analysis. Okay, and now I'm going to go to my dashboard and I'm going to bring the trend analysis also into my dashboard. Actually, I don't want to like this. I want like this. So now you can see I have my trend analysis also here, and you can see that filter also came with it. So now if I if I click on this, it's going to only show me trend analysis, right? But now I want to apply it to all of them. So how can I do it? I just click on this and then say where is it, maybe? Actually, it's not. Okay, let's do this. So I'm going to click here. I'm going to click on this. Then I'm going to say users filter. Okay, so now if I do this, so now you can see if I click on any object here, it is applying being used as a filter on the map and also the chart, right? But now I want to change this. I don't want this filter to be applied to the map. I just want it to be applied to the region, right? So what I can do is I can go to data dashboard, I can go to actions, and then I choose the second one is the trend analysis, right? So I go to say edit, and then I'll select okay, apply this only to my region sales and also trend analysis, right? Then if I click OK, now if I do this, you'll see it is only affecting the region sales. It's not affecting the map, right? So it is that simple to create a good dashboard for you, for the users, and it doesn't involve any amount of coding. Okay, so that's the main, basically that is the selling feature of Tableau, is you have a lot of analysis. Like if you look at the chart, if you go back to a worksheet, and if you look at the amount of charts that's available to you, like you have something, I don't know if you have a tree map. Let me show you a tree map. So I'm going to, so suppose I want to use a tree map, and the other thing is if you click on any product category and I want to say sales and I want to see profit also. Okay, so now when you click on any items on the left hand side, automatically things that can be used are highlighted here or made available to you. So I can say I want to see tree map. I clicked on that, now it's showing me tree map. So this is called a tree map. So basically the size of this green or the boxes depends on your sum profit. You can see this symbol is for size. So the sum profit is determining the size of the block, and then what is determining the color or shade of green is this sum of sales. So basically how easy it is for the power users to analyze the data. So that's for Tableau, and if I want to use a scatter plot, I can click on this and it gives me a scatter plot, and I can probably take say let me take customer name. So now I brought customer name. So it doesn't make too much sense, but you can see how easy it is for me. So basically if I go, it's showing me one customer and what his profit is, what his sales is. for that particular customer. How easy it's for me to do that. And if I want to see what is the trend, I can say trend line, show trend lines. So now it's showing me what is the trend of profit versus sales. So this is very easy, and it is very intuitive or very good for the people who are taking decisions based on data, right? Because your manager or your CEO, he has to look at data and take informed decisions. Like that's where traditional BI lacks, is they don't have a lot of charting or analytical function in them for the CEO or directors or VPs to make decisions based on information. Because right now in this age, you cannot basically you cannot sell everything to everyone. Like I cannot sell, if I'm living in New York, I cannot sell a t-shirt to a guy in winter. He doesn't need a t-shirt in winters because it's very cold. Or I cannot sell a jacket to a guy in Miami, in say summer, because it's very hot. So basically looking at the data and looking at the trend, what these people, like a salesperson, what he can do is he can say, okay, it is no use marketing a jacket in Miami during summer season. So he can spend that money because he can look at the data and he can see, okay, if we sell t-shirts during summer in Miami, we can earn more profit. So he can spend that money, he can take that money from jackets and can spend that money on promoting t-shirts. So that is the use of data, or that is the use of analysis. And if you look at the charts and the dashboard that I created, it is few clicks. I don't have to know any coding. You saw me, I didn't do any coding, right? It is just few clicks here and there, and then I can create a very good looking chart or a pivot or dashboard. I can make it attractive, I can make it functional also, right? And it is within few clicks. So that is the selling point of Tableau, and this is the future. Nowadays every BI tool is moving towards this direction. If you look at OBIE, they are also trying to move everything to make it user friendly. So the common user can create anyone, even a salesperson can create a report for himself. Okay, the other thing is there are a lot of features here. I don't know if you have time, but I want to show another thing is, right now everything is coming from the same database or same Excel sheet, right? Now if I want to create and put data from a different Excel sheet, to create a connection, it's very easy. I can say data. I'm sorry. So I create a new sheet. I go to data, connect to data, and then it brings me back to this, right? So I don't have any database running right now, but maybe in next class I can show you how to connect to different databases. But suppose I want to connect to a different Excel sheet. I click on this. I can select this, or I can even go back to this. Let's select this one, right? Just to show you how easy it is to create connection to different databases in the same worksheet, in the same dashboard or workbook. So now I'm going to select. Let me show you how to select multiple tables. Okay, so I select one, then do Control click and select the other one. Actually, so now it's showing me this. 1 second, sorry. Click one and then do this. So now it's showing me one table. Now I want to add another table to this connection. So I can say add table. Which one do I want to do? I want to use data by word. Then click OK. So now it also created the join automatically, right? You can see it created, and if you want to see the data, you can click here, and there's no data. Why? Data, country name, and I have to maybe look at the data. So you can click on this, or it doesn't have much data in it. So let's see if country name, Afghanistan. Okay, let's look at the data in the second table, world. Okay, so it doesn't have, that's why it didn't bring, but it's very simple to create it. Let me pick another table. Let me go back here. This. Let me come back here. I want to remove this. Let me add another table. So let's see, region and sub-region. So you can see when I click on a table, it shows me what columns they are in that table. And click OK. Sorry. Now it wants me to create a join because it couldn't find any join. So let's see if we can create a join. Can we see country? Hold on a second. Please select this one. So now if you can see, now I've picked order and user tables, and if I click OK, actually let me, and then see connect live. So now it created, basically you can see I connected my orders table to the user table, okay, and it brought me back all the columns in order table, all the columns in user table, and all the measure. It combined the measures, okay. So now if I want to create it, I can say, I can pick up say region, and then I can pick the manager in that region, okay, and then I can say what is the profit, or I can actually say unit price. So it created for each region, it's showing me the manager for that region and also showing me the unit sold. Okay, so it is that easy to create a connection. Now I have one, this is say this is one Excel sheet, this is another Excel sheet. Basically this is single table, this is multiple table, and if I want to put this in the dashboard, I can go here and I can see my sheet 5 and I can bring it here. So see, and now this is so data from multiple sources on the same dashboard, but just using clicks, no coding involved. Okay, so I'm going to stop here and I'm going to see if you guys have any questions.